Is this audible?
Yes, yes.
So we shall begin now.
Yes, yes.
So we shall begin now. Okay, so I think you have to put it on spotlight, right? Then we can begin. Are you able to hear me? Let's start. Okay, so I think this is clear. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Very happy to see all of you. Namaste. And this is a good day. Today I'm so happy to basically launch my book, The Psychology of Exam Success. So this is the fourth book which I have written in the sequence, especially after the grand success of my book, Art of Concentration in the Age of Distractions. So many students, many people, whom I counseled, whom I was advising, there was a need felt to write one direct book on how to actually crack exams. You see, many times people basically they approach you at the last moment, as the nature of this world is, that you may not actually get into the, you know, the mode in which you can sustainably improve, but rather most often, we find people, especially students, they approaching us at the last moment when their exams are nearby and they want some solution, they want something, by which they can crack the exams. So therefore, thinking about this, we brought up this book, The Psychology of Exam Success, which actually helps people in this critical juncture. For many of you, as you must be knowing, that this exams, the world exams itself, gives them jitters, and people start feeling, nervous about the whole thing. Oh, what will be my experience? What will happen to me? They might be very good. They might be very, they might be good students also. It's not only, it happens only with the poor students or those who don't prepare. So even the good students, even those who have prepared well, even those who have given months and years, etc., for preparing for their exams, yet when the exams come near, people actually start feeling nervous, jittery, and they actually lose control over their own self. And most often, they are actually not able to do their best, and they feel regretful. Why is it so that exams have to be like this? The experience of exams is not satisfactory. The It's actually nerve breaking experience. So therefore, I have finally thought, I thought of it after my Art of Concentration book, which basically, the book Art of Concentration deals mostly about enhancing concentration actually, and improving one's self confidence also. So there was a need felt to write a direct book on exam success. But are there some only shortcuts or just some few tips sufficient for making, for improving or overcoming our exam anxiety and to prepare well for the exams? No. It was what I when I understood that this is a need of the students. So I deeply researched into so many research papers from psychology, as well as I counseled various thousands of students to actually find out what is the way any person in any exam can do well. And the secrets of that are there in this book. So today in this book launch event, I would like to tell you and inform you what was the journey, of this book, and what all this book can actually offer you. There are hardly any few books which actually address this area. So let me just tell you on the onset that it's not a book of shortcuts and short tips or some just very quick strategies, etc., like that. I'll tell you what exactly this book comprises of. It has three parts. So how this book evolves and develops itself is what this whole discussion will be centered around. I'm thankful that you are spending your time today to hear this. If you hear me to the end, you actually will realize how much this book can actually help you. And because, today is the world of AI, artificial intelligence, and many people they are worried about what will be the job scenarios in the future. How will we actually survive in the job market? Will AI take away all the jobs? Which robots will take over the jobs, and human beings will be redundant, or what? We don't know, because many human beings, many people are actually facing this difficulty. So AI is here to stay. Robots will be the next technology. All this will be actually keep on increasing. In such a scenario, when we are sitting in 2025 on the outbreak of AI, on the outbreak of such, the things which can totally change the job scenario, I think one particular skill which will differentiate for all time to come, all human beings, is that they should invest on themselves. They should develop what I call as RI. So AI is not going to be reducing, or it's going to only accelerate. What we humans can do is, instead of feeling like, okay, AI is a threat to us, definitely we can use AI, but more importantly, we should invest on our RI, real intelligence. And the books like these are actually very helpful for that. Developing your real human potential, which is the key differentiator between you and any AI technology or robots, etc. And what is that real human intelligence? It's our ability to actually learn and perform to our peak. It's our ability to adapt ourselves even in the difficult situations, even in the demanding situations like exams, etc. Right? So we can compose ourselves, we can go very deep into the subjects, we can learn those subjects very well. Unfortunately, today, although AI is accelerating, but RI is, decelerating at an exponential rate. Today's schools, today's coaching institutes, today's universities, even the colleges like NITs and IITs also are not teaching people what are the right study habits. We in India, in fact, in most other countries also, we do not have anybody speaking about how to develop the right study habits, how to overcome the anxiety, etc., nervousness, etc., which we face while handling when it comes to the high pressure moments. Nobody teaches us. And therefore, this RI is what you will actually learn here. This book can actually bring out, it's not just for cracking that exam, which you are going to write, whichever exam you're going to write. There are different exams, of course, throughout the life, people are writing nowadays, right from the anxiety begins from the age of 12 or 13. Even though you may be at 12, 13, just writing your board exam or just writing some difficult exam in the school, or you're going to sit for Olympiads, NTSC, or you go to further, then there are era of competitive exams which starts, JEE, NEET, BITSAT, different types of exams which are there in each state for engineering, medical, law, like CLAT, or any other field of life, CA foundation, and then further people write exams. Exams don't leave us almost to the age of 30. In fact, later also, people write exams even when they are doing PhD, So there, even to apply for the stipend, even for applying for certain promotions, certain companies also make them write exam. Certifications have to be there, so the exams are there. So even for UPSC, there is an exam. Even for GATE, there is an exam. Higher studies, there is an exam. So exams are not leaving us for very long. Okay, so instead of fearing them, I think the RI potential is what we have to add to us, where our real human intelligence we have developed, that we can thrive, not just survive. We can thrive in the high pressure moments. This is something which this book is actually going to offer a very unique contribution. Why? Because rarely this kind of thing has been discussed. I am from IIT. I actually go and travel to different IITs. I teach different IIT students throughout the year. But I haven't seen even the IIT professors or any other college for that matter teaching these, proper psychological principles. Of course, it does require one to have psychological knowledge, and most people in the education industry are not having that. So this, I would say, is a very unique contribution. And any student in any phase of life, whether you are a very small kid, just of 12, 13 years, or you may be 30, 35, 40 years, who has to face an exam. Sometimes even the professors have to write exams just to qualify for certain higher posts, etc. Whichever age, whichever stage, the book is for you. It's not offering shortcuts. It's a short book, however, it's just 200 some pages, very short book. Compared to my art of concentration, I made it purposefully small because I know that exams, only when people come very near to exams, unfortunately, they pick up. But however, if you could pick up the book earlier, it would be so good. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss what this book can offer you. And at the end, I'm going to also discuss that currently this is the launch which I'm doing. So this book is not available anywhere else, but only through this launch offer, which I'm actually giving out right now. At the end of this program, you'll get a launch offer link. So only through that the book is available. So please stay back till the end. Maybe I'll just discuss for another 15 to 20 minutes. Hear me, what I have to say about what this book offers. What are the contents of the book and how this book got developed. So I'm going to share my slideshow in order to discuss with all of you this whole thing. Just give me a yes, I'll just share up the whole screen. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so here I am with the slideshow. Okay, so this is my offering to the student community, as I just explained, and I hope that this will help, especially in India. I have my heart for India, so I hope that Indian students will actually really take help of it. India is an exam, a land of competitive exams, actually. Of course, it's just not for competitive exams. It could be used for board. As I just said, anyone who actually has to face any high pressure moment exams any time in life, this is a book which is the go-to book to them for them. Along with your subjects, you do have to actually learn something about how to have exam success, because those two are two different things. Haven't you seen this? Many times it happens, and many times people come to me for this problem that, sir, I know these subjects very well. I know the subject so well. I know them so good. I have learned that particular subject. Maybe it's a law, it's physics, it's maths, it's history, it's whatever. So whatever field. So I have learned the subjects well. I have understood the things well, concepts well. But when I sit for the exams, I don't know what happens to my mind. My mind just goes blank. I start sweating, and my heart starts palpitating, and my hands are shivering. I'm not able to write in the exam. My mind goes blank completely. Oh my God, I don't know what happens. And then I should have, suppose there were 30 questions. I should have actually done 25 or 30 easily, but I just land up doing some 10 or 15, or maybe, I do silly mistakes and another 5 or 10 of them. It negatively affects our performance so badly. And you know why? The answer is just two words: exam anxiety. People, how many people face exam anxiety? Let's see on my slideshow. It's a universal problem all throughout all ages. It's not only for the kids, it's not only for those who are not preparing well, it's for everyone. Exam anxiety is a big problem today, which this book is offering a direct solution for. So I wrote this book because, as I said, the students approached me and they wanted a solution. After learning art of concentration, they were able to study well, learn well, but they wanted how to write the exams. That is a different problem altogether. So let me tell you what the research says. So a 2010 study found that 10 to 40% school children experience test anxiety. See, as in my last book, my approach is very clear. I don't speak some, just my personal opinion. I don't just speak some tips. I don't have to just say something, very shallow. I go very deep, and therefore I give you what are facts. So here is a fact: 10 to 40% school children experience test anxiety. Whenever they write some test, even a test in a school setting, they actually feel very nervous, anxious. And as they grow up and they go to universities, they start facing high challenging exams. This is another statistics which says up to 82% university students report mild to moderate levels of exam anxiety. And mind you, there are levels of anxiety. While 82% is a very big number, it's 10 out of 10, every 8 children, every 8 students are facing this problem of exam anxiety today, right? And it's only increasing, especially after Corona. We have seen that mental health problems, the difficulties are actually going up exponentially because people's habits are actually very getting into wrong area. So, of course, concentration problem, this is the book. But suffice you to say, about exams, here is what I offer solution. So, therefore, 82% means out of 10, 8 students are actually facing some level of anxiety. So there are 3 levels of anxiety. There can be mild level of anxiety. Mild level of anxiety, okay, you just feel a little nervous, while you're going in the exam hall. Maybe when you see some new faces all around you, you feel a little fearful. Okay, what will be the outcome? but never more or less, you're able to be composed and write. Yes, maybe you make some silly mistakes, but it's not too serious. Mild anxiety may affect your exam performance, but not to a very significant extent. Mhm. At least you are able to prepare for the exam and you do write the exam. Maybe you don't write it as best as you thought. But yes, it does affect, but not to a very great extent, mild. Then there is moderate. Moderate anxiety is higher, so there you have to, you actually feel suffocated and choked. Your mind goes blank. You don't remember the formulas. You're not able to apply things in the, exam, and you feel really unhappy when you come out of the exam hall. And there is even higher level of anxiety, which is high or extreme. In extreme forms of exam anxiety, people are not able to sleep one day before the exam. Sometimes a month before the exam, they start feeling very nervous. Their lifestyle totally gets into a big problem. They start feeling very low about themselves. They start avoiding people. They start feeling negative things about themselves. It comes, they may have nausea. They may even vomit. They may not be able to even go to the exam because of the anxiety. They feel sick just one day before the exam. It's high extreme anxiety. Or if they even reach to the exam hall, they're not able to properly perform. Their mind just goes blank. Sometimes they're not able to write anything much. So high extreme anxiety of exam also exists. So clinically, these are the three things which are observable. So the book, this, of course, when there is an extreme exam anxiety, we always say that you should go and approach a counselor. You should go and approach a psychologist for your problem because it's a serious one. So the books cannot solve a very serious, problem. Of course, it can help you, but still you are advised that you should go to a practicing psychologist, either a clinical psychologist or a counseling psychologist. You should go and discuss this problem with them. But for people with mild and moderate, which 90% of the people come into this band, mild and moderate levels of exam anxiety, this book will prove to be a great boon. In fact, the very first chapter of the book itself will tell you a scale of measure, because you know which level of exam anxiety I am in. Okay, clinically it is found that there is mild, there is moderate, there is extreme or high. So what level of exam anxiety I face? Well, in order to know that, you need to have a scale. So I have developed a measure of exam anxiety. It's put up in the chapter 1 of the book. Please buy the book and read the chapter number 1. Right in chapter number 1 itself, you will find a measure, a psychological assessment where you can rate yourself, you can find yourself, and you will find the number. Okay, this is my number of exam anxiety. And then according to the key, you can understand whether you are at mild, whether you are moderate, and whether you are extreme. In case of extreme anxiety, I always suggest that people should go to a practicing psychologist, right? However, for the other two bands, the book is great. Okay, so this is epidemic today. If 8 out of 10 people are actually having exam anxiety, you do understand that it's something which everybody should actually read. This book is for everyone, therefore. Yes. So let's go into the further discussion. Yeah. Right. So 82% university students report mild to moderate levels of exam anxiety. Acha, okay, now somebody may say, okay, sir, I'm understanding a little bit about exam anxiety, but could you explain a little what exactly it means? So according to encyclopedia, this is the definition right in front of you. Exam anxiety is psychological and behavioral responses that accompany concern about possible negative consequences or failure in an exam. Chapter 2 of this book will actually discuss with you the different symptoms. Rather, chapter 1 itself will discuss with you different symptoms which exam anxiety has. For example, I told you already a few of them, like, shortness of breath. Physical symptoms may include shortness of breath, dry mouth, fatigue, sweaty palms, feeling lightheaded or dizzy a little bit, faint, persistent headaches throughout the day while preparation time. Okay, increased heartbeat, all these are different physical symptoms. Then there are cognitive symptoms, brain cognitive symptoms, that is blanking out or not able to recall the what you have remembered well, having difficulty to focus and read carefully the questions in the exam. You are not able to read the questions, you actually misread the questions. Multiple random thoughts filling your brain. So many just random thoughts come, like something unrelated somewhere, in the past, something was there. You just start recalling them unnecessarily. Sometimes people say some song is there in the mind which keeps coming, even though they're trying to write an exam, but a song starts playing. Just like random thoughts. Recurring thoughts of past failure, because of which people feel that today's exam also I will fail. Overwhelming worry about what will happen in the future, and catastrophic thoughts that everything will go wrong for me. And there can be emotional symptoms also, like feeling helpless, feeling afraid, feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxious or nervous, sometimes having even panic attacks, or they can be, a sense of guilt or a shame, that why didn't I do prepare properly, why did I do like this, a disappointment, for no good reason, a feeling of disappointment or feeling dejected, not good about yourself, feeling oneself that I am bad, for no good reason, and suffering from low self-esteem. All these are variegated symptoms, which are psychological and behavioral symptoms, all because of, possible concern about possible negative consequences or failure in exam. Now, some of you may say that it's only for small children that they face exam anxiety. No, I have seen even a professor who was actually going for writing some, exam for promotion. But one day before the exam, even the professor was very nervous. So actually, this is a universal thing. It's not age dependent. It's not trade dependent. It's not state dependent. Yeah? East, west, north, south. It's a universal problem. Okay, so therefore it needs solution. How do we possibly solve it? The book offers a solution. So especially part one of the book, let me discuss about the anatomy of the book now. What is where? So this is the part one. The book offered solutions for exam anxiety. Why? The part one is all about exam anxiety, because if you are anxious, you can't even study well. You can't prepare well. You can't perform well. So whether you have to study or whether you have to perform, first of all, you have to be able to overcome your exam anxiety. That's why the book begins from exam anxiety, which most of the people, as I said to you, it's a universal problem. 82% people, adults, actually have this exam anxiety, and at least in the mild form. Okay, so this is the thing. So it's you can see the chapter number 2 clearly, the science behind your exam stress. What is happening inside your brain when you're undergoing exam stress? Some people, they think, and they used to ask me that, sir, why is it that Mohan is able to perform so well, even though the exams are there, the Sohan is becoming very, very nervous. Sohan is getting a lot of exam anxiety. Sohan is feeling jittery. Sohan is not able to concentrate. However, Mohan is also of the same school. He's in the same branch. He's in the same, subjects he's studying. And in fact, this Sohan is more intellectual, more bright, whereas Mohan is not so bright. Why Sohan is suffering from exam anxiety, whereas the Mohan is not suffering? What is the reason? Has God done some partiality? Why only few people do? Why that 18% people don't suffer? Or why some people suffer more and some people suffer less? Why my destiny is like that? This is the question which will be answered in chapter number 2, the science behind exam anxiety, your brain under stress, right? So we'll describe beautifully what exactly is the mechanism of your mind and emotions, because of which the exam anxiety originates. We will clearly see the practical reasons as well as the psychological reasons why anybody will get exam anxiety. Also, you will find the book discusses in length that when the practical reasons are there alone, only practical reasons are there for exam anxiety, generally it will be only a mild level of exam anxiety, maybe a max to max little moderate. Okay, but whereas when there are psychological reasons for exam anxiety, usually it will be from moderate to extreme. And therefore, how do we attack this psychological, reasons? How do we overcome them? Those psychological reasons completely. And if there are only practical reasons, how do we overcome them? The further book actually continues. Then in this part one, also you will find the 2 relaxation techniques which I will be offering to you. They're standard psychological techniques. And if you read in this book, you can practice them. You don't require anybody else. The procedure is given completely clearly. The 2 psychological relaxation techniques, which if you do, definitely you will find relief in your exam anxiety immediately as you perform them. And if you regularly perform them, then it will aid a great benefit. So what are those two relaxation techniques? You need to find out in this book, chapter number 3. Then chapter number 4 and chapter number 5, which is in the part 1 alone, we discuss about 14 mindset techniques. Yes, 1 4. Some of you heard only 1, 2, or 4. No, no, it's 1 4 14. 14 mindset techniques in order to deal with your brain so that you can overcome your anxiety, change your thoughts, and become better for performing under pressure. I told you about RI factor. This book is increasing your RI factor. How is it increasing your RI factor? Here is something which you can see. Chapter 4 and chapter 5 will give you 14 mindset improvement techniques, overcoming the fixed mindset and the cognitive distortions which are holding people back to be able to actually do their best. So this RI factor must be developed by every child, every kid, every professor, every teacher, every person in this on the planet Earth. And that is how the person's RI factor will be much more higher. So 14, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 14 mindset improvement techniques. पकड़ लो भाई, read कर लो. In just in few pages, you are going to get so much. Then we go further. We all so this was the part 1. Let me show you on the slideshow. Yes. So this is on the this. So what do you get? I just now told you. In chapter 1 itself, you'll get a measure your exam anxiety levels scale. Then 2 relaxation exercises and 14 mindset techniques. That's powerful in part 1. But we don't stop over here. Now you have learned how to overcome exam anxiety, but the next thing will be, okay, how do I prepare for exams? Okay, merely getting rid of anxiety doesn't lead to success, no. Merely, if you are not anxious, fine, but you have to prepare well also, right? So how do I prepare well for the exam? Oh my God, now you need study habits. So therefore, part 2 offers you so many 10 study habits, effective study habits, which will actually help you to become the best student you can be. And again, the problem is nobody is teaching those things. Even in the greatest of the colleges, hardly anybody tells people how to study well. What are the different study habits? How to actually learn them. This book gives you key step-by-step method by which we can master different study habits, study techniques. Yeah, so learn study habits which no one is actually teaching. And again, this is also a part of your RI factor. If you learn this, because if you learn this, you know what happens? You can learn anything in life. So this is, you can say part 2 is about knowledge, about how to acquire knowledge. Right now, so learning about how to learning how to learn could be, the part 2 of this book can be rephrased as that, learning how to learn. Because if you can learn how to learn, you can keep learning. And please know, this is something which AI is going to bring in human beings. Actually, this is one of the RI factors which humans should have. All great human beings are lifelong learners. You know why? Because they have mastered what they have mastered, the art of learning. They have learned how to learn. They can learn in every situation. They can learn from everyone. They can learn everywhere. This is RI factor. Many times, nowadays people complain to me, sir, I have to keep learning in my job. I have to keep learning. I have to keep upgrading. And then it causes a lot of difficulty and anxiety. Why? Because they have not learned how to learn. If you mastered how to learn, then you will be so fast in learning. You will save a lot of time throughout your life. Can you imagine this one book can be such a big investment throughout your life? Just one time you learn from this, how to learn, you can learn anything, anywhere, anytime, right? So that's a great thing. That's a great thing, isn't it? Now that's part 2. Unfortunately, nobody teaches such things. I have seen extremely rarely, that people are actually teaching how to learn. This book will teach you systematically 10 study habits, deep discussion, method. It's not just mentioning those techniques. It's actually teaching those techniques. It's giving you exercises to develop. So each chapter of the book comes at the end with some exercises. You can immediately go there inside and you can solve these exercises. And by solving these exercises, you actually are learning how to develop it systematically. Every single habit, study habit has been very systematically defined so that easily you will be able to acquire that. Once you learn it, you can excel in anything. This book is not only for those who want to crack IIT. This book is not only for those who want to crack NEET. This is for anybody. You are writing Bank PO, you are writing CGL, you are writing UPSC, you are writing IES, IES, IPS, whatever. If you're writing an exam, this book must be your accomplice, right? You must have this book as a companion. This is my offering to the student community. I hope that the student community will develop RI factor, which will throughout their life success in their life, actually. Yes. So next, we'll see further what this book offers. I hope you are excited just now about by learning this much. But the book does not end even this over here. What after this? You may think, sir, you already taught me how to overcome exam anxiety. You already taught me how to have 10 powerful, effective study habits. Is there something more to offer? Yes. The book offers you further part 3. Okay, now you know how to, you have developed perfect, powerful study habits. You have learned and prepared for the exam. Your exam anxiety is in control. But point number 3 is how to have peak performance. Because in the high pressure exams, how high pressure time moments, it is not just the subject knowledge which can actually help you. You need to develop some mental skills to perform to the top. And this book has revealed to you the secrets of the best high performers, be in the sports, be it in the exams, be it in the chess champions, be it anywhere else. I have taken the examples of all those high performers and learned from their life, distilled out the 6 peak powerful techniques and given to you with explanation. And mind you, I am not just simply writing their names. I am teaching you systematically, methodically how to develop each of them. That is very unique. Also offering you an exercise. Every chapter has the exercise at the end by which you can get practice of doing those things by yourself, doing those techniques yourself. It's going to be a mind-blowing journey. I hope that now you know part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1 is about overcoming exam anxiety. Part 2 is about learning the smart studies habits. And part 3 is about peak performance. This is what this book offers. Okay, let's continue further. All right. So yeah, this is part 3 of the book. You can see 6 powerful, psychological, proven principles and strategies for peak performance in any exam which you're going to write in life. Once you learn them, you learn them for life. I hope this will be a great offering to the student community. And I really hope that this book will break the records of my last book, Art of Concentration. Art of Concentration has already made a very big record by being a national bestseller of so many, more than 1 lakh of books have been distributed, right? Of this, I hope that the student community will like this book even more, and this will reach to much more heights. Now we want to see 1 million record. So the 1 lakh record has been broken, but 1 million record, I hope all of you will actually help me to break this. And the entire Indian community of students will actually be greatly benefited. India has millions of students every year. Just an exam, and I was seeing the statistics, how many people write board exams? Crores of people write board exams every year. 5 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore, like that every single year. India is a young country. My God, we require young Indians to learn these principles and go to the zenith of their potential. Now, if I have to offer you this much, we are also having, further, we are giving you, you will ask, sir, where to get this book from? No, I have not put it, right now, I have not put it in Amazon. I have not put it in Flipkart. I have not put it in any other website. Okay, but you can still get it. You can only get it in this launch offer. Now I'm going to tell you the details, how you could actually get in the launch offer. And the launch offer is something more for you because the book is available for you. So 6 peak performance. But the launch offer has something more for you. And what is that which has more for you? If you will right now buy this book, we are actually, so this book cost price we have put as rupees 299. Okay, only at 299. I wanted to make it very extremely affordable for all the students of India. So I kept it only at 299. Mind you, it has taken me a lot of research, a lot of experience, all of that put into this in a very interesting format. Again, you're going to find stories in this of various students. Amazingly, interwoven with nice stories, etc. So for that you to relate. so that you can relate easily. There are many, many wonderful stories through which I teach all the psychological principles. However, I want to keep it very, very affordable. So we kept it only at rupees 299. And even on that, in the launch price offer, currently for the next 14 days, the offer price will be available up to Sri Ram Navami. Today is 25th of March. Up to 6th of April, which is Ram Navami day, I am having a launch price offer, and we are giving you at just rupees 229. That's at 23% discount. Okay, almost like 25%, one fourth cost, we have removed, and we are giving you at just 229. So please take this book as soon as possible. For that, what you have to do, and just not the book, for first 500 people, those who are going to buy this book now, right, we are going to give you a master class of 90 minutes workshop with me directly. All those people will be eligible to attend a master class, which will be held, of course, after the Ram Navami, because the offer period is valid only till Ram Navami. And of course, not just till Ram Navami, only for the first 500 books actually. So the book is still in the print, and it is coming out within few days. It will be coming. And as you actually, so can I ask Mr. Giridhar, my team, can you actually place it in the YouTube also? At the bottom of this video, YouTube video, you will find the link also. On the very first comment, we'll hook it up also. The Razor payment pages, which we have created to take the advance order from all of you. Please give us, once you are putting an advance copy booking, naturally it will take a little time for us to actually send to you. So it may take us around 10 to 14 days. Why? Because the books are just getting printed, they're coming, but we wanted to launch offer for you all, because all of you are excited. So therefore you don't want to miss this opportunity, you don't want to miss time. So for the first 500 books, we are having this policy that you can book it right now through the Razor Pay, which is available at the bottom of this YouTube video. You can find the link in the description and also on the first comment. And once you click it, you can just complete your payment. And the delivery charges also we have cut down. Generally, delivery charges, we are going to send you through the speed post, but delivery charges could be anything ranging from 70 up to 100, 120, 150. But we are only keeping standard price of only rupees 50 for the delivery. So much to offer you. And I'm sure that you, as well as your friends, as well as your family members, will be excited to take this offer. This book, is this something which you want to offer as a gift to anybody? I think this is the must book for any student in any field of life. Even if they just even they have to just write their board exam or the university college exam, this book should accompany every single child in India. Let that be the motto, let that be the truth, because RI factor must be increased. They may not use the subjects. The subjects they may not use in whatever profession they are actually doing, but the RI factor which they increase through this book is what they are going to use throughout their life. So if you are someone who is yourself a student, do take this book immediately, and you have so much the discount also, and you also have the master class offered to you. And if you are a teacher, or you are a parent, or you are a well-wisher to any student, please take, you can take bulk copies also. So we have a bulk form also. In the bulk form, we have 10 or more copies which we offer to you. Currently, we can only give it through that Razor Pay. There's no Amazon and Flipkart. It will come after 1 month. But if you want to take it in the launch offer, then there is a bulk offer also. You can take 10 books set. So either one set or two set or three set or whatever number of sets you want. So on that, little more discount is there, and there is completely waiving off of all transport charges. So these are the offers for today. And if you're going to take it right now, you're going to get so much of discounts, as well as the master class which is being offered to you. So what are you waiting for? Immediately, you should actually take this opportunity and buy this book now. And my team will be sending this link to all of you. I'm thankful to all those teachers who have given so much to me in my life. I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful to all the people who taught me so much. And therefore, I'm trying to right now serve. I hope that this book will be a great offering for you and your near and dear ones. Thank you so much for paying attention and being today with me on this launch of the psychology of exam success. Thank you so much. It was a great time meeting you. Thank you.